I get it. You scroll through endless TV listings, see a massive 85-inch screen with mini LED and Dolby Vision. Picture a cinematic living room, and then wonder if you'll end up with a giant paperweight that looks great on the box, but feels flat once you actually hit play. That hesitation is real, especially when you've already spent a chunk of your budget and you don't want to be stuck watching movies with washed-out colors or a laggy gaming session. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. What I'm about to walk through is why the Amazon Ember 85 Mini LED series with Fire TV might be the sweet spot for some households, and where it could leave you feeling shortchanged. First off, the big selling point here is the combination of a massive 85-inch QLED Mini LED panel and Amazon's latest Fire TV interface, rolled into one sleek bezel. In my research, the most common worry people have with ultra-large TVs is the viewing distance. If you're sitting only a few feet away, you'll start to notice pixel structure, even at 4K. The Ember's 85-inch size really shines when your couch is about 8 to 10 feet back. Think open-plan living rooms or a home theater setup where the TV acts as the focal wall. In that space, the 512 dimming zones do what the marketing promises. You get deep blacks in a dark movie scene without a halo around bright objects, and the colors stay vivid across the whole picture. Now let's talk about everyday use. The Fire TV side of the Ember is the 2026 version, which means the home screen feels more like a voice-controlled hub than a traditional menu. I tried navigating to a Netflix show, a YouTube tutorial, and a live sports stream, and each time Alexa was ready to jump in after you said, "Alexa, play." The voice commands are genuinely quick. You don't have to wait for a clunky UI to load. And the integration with smart home devices means you can dim the lights or close the blinds without leaving the couch. For families that already have Echo devices, this feels like a natural extension rather than a separate remote-only experience. Gaming is where the Ember starts to stand out in a way that matters to serious players. The 144Hz refresh rate paired with AMD FreeSync Premium Pro certification means you'll see smoother motion in fast-paced shooters or racing games. And there's almost no tearing when you pair it with a compatible console or PC. I ran a 4K console at 120 frames per second, and the TV kept up without any noticeable input lag. The latency is low enough that you can actually react to on-screen events, which is something many big-screen TVs still struggle with. If you're the type who hosts game nights or streams your playthroughs, that fluidity can make the whole experience feel less like you're watching a TV and more like you're inside the game. Audio is another practical angle. The Ember ships with a 2.1 Dolby Atmos system, so you're not just getting stereo sound from the built-in speakers. In a darkened room, the upward-firing drivers create a sense of height that adds realism to explosions or a rainstorm. The bass is punchy enough for an action movie, though it won't replace a dedicated soundbar if you're looking for a true home theater surround experience. For most households that want decent sound without adding extra gear, the built-in setup is a nice surprise, but audiophiles should still plan on an external solution. One hidden trade-off that shows up once you unpack the thing is the sheer size of the unit and the space it demands. The stand is sturdy, but the TV's footprint is roughly the size of a small wardrobe, and you'll need a wall that can handle the weight. The spec sheet says it's a heavy piece, and you'll want a professional mount if you go that route. Also, because the Ember is an all-in-one with Fire TV, you lose the flexibility to swap out the operating system for something like Android TV or Roku. If you already have a streaming stick you love, you might find the built-in Fire TV a little redundant, though you can still use it as a secondary interface. Who should consider buying this? If you have a spacious living area, enjoy a blend of streaming, gaming, and occasional movie nights, and you already trust Alexa as part of your smart home routine, the Ember gives you a lot of value in one package. The 85-inch screen makes a real visual impact. The mini LED backlight delivers the contrast you want for HDR content, and the 144Hz panel keeps gaming fluid. It's also a good fit for families with kids because the voice-first interface reduces the need to wrestle with multiple remotes. A parent can say, "Alexa, open Disney Plus," and the TV obeys instantly. Who might skip it? If your room is smaller than 8 feet away from the screen, the size could feel overwhelming and you'll likely notice the pixel grid. Also, if you're a pure audiophile who wants a high-end sound system, you'll still need to invest in an external speaker array.